What is going on, New York Giant fans? Welcome back to another Roster Bubble Series video. Hope you guys are doing well. Hit the like button, comment, and subscribe. Turn on post notifications so you know when a live stream pops or video drops. Appreciate y'all coming back. Share this out, do all the good stuff. Hope you guys have been enjoying the content recently with all the training camps going on and all that sort of good stuff. And today, we're going to look at defensive back Kaleb Hayes. But if you guys haven't been to these roster bubble videos before, we take a player that's on the roster bubble, we take a look at their background, their competition, ways they could win a spot on the roster, ways they could lose a spot on the roster, and a prediction to the end. So Kaleb Hayes, 25 years old, 6'0", 195 pounds, was an undrafted free agent with the Jaguars in 2023 out of BYU and before at Oregon State. When he was at Oregon State, he actually played running back, wide receiver, and quarterback, but transferred to BYU and tackled the cornerback position. Statistically, we'll go over strengths, weaknesses, and overall. 2022 with BYU, 41 tackles, no interceptions, 7 PDs. 2021, 13 games, 26 tackles, 12 PDs. And that's pretty much that. As far as the strengths, this is from a mixture of Big Blue View and Sports Illustrated. Oregon State transfer who has flashed ability the past 2 seasons, stays in his back pedal, quickly flips his hips in transition, battles opponents through the route, quickly reads or diagnoses plays, tracks the pass in the air, and has a burst to the ball out of his plant. Works to get his head around, adjusts or contorts to defend throws, and high points the ball over opponents, fires upfield, and gives effort defending running plays and screen plays. Weaknesses: he's not very quick, his deep speed is a concern, and has not intercepted a pass in the 2 seasons he was at BYU. Overall, former offensive player at Oregon State, Hayes has shown the ability at cornerback, made strides in his game. Deep speed is a concern, but he has enough potential to be kept on the practice squad and offers some scheme versatility. So, deep speed obviously is a concern, and what is a concern also as well is the fact that he has not intercepted a pass. I don't think he even did in the preseason with the Jaguars, but why I see him maybe as a practice squad guy, and even if he does make the roster, there's a couple, tidbits in there, is that he does defend the screen really well, and he does defend the run really well, which could prompt him in a slot corner role. I know, the Giants have a ton of slot corners. Alex Johnson can play the slot. McLeod, Trey Herndon, Darnay Holmes, Cordell Flott, Andrew Phillips. The Giants have a ton of those guys. But Kaleb Hayes is a nice backup to have because he could do inside, he could do outside. As far as what he's done in camp so far, he hasn't really been noticed. Now, I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing, but the Giants have a ton of DBs, so he's in with the third team when he can. Again, he's made 1 or 2 plays on the ball, but they're not interceptions, they're pass deflections, but he'll probably get more burn as we go through the joint practices and the games and stuff like that. So how can he win a spot on the... Actually, we got to go through competition first. Let me not get ahead of myself. Let's go through the competition. Breon Borders, Mario Goodrich, Darnay Holmes, Alex Johnson, Nick McLeod, David Long Jr. Those are some of the guys he's competing with as of right now. How can he win? Health, that's one thing. Special teams usage. I don't think he's going to be a punt returner, but he could be, because if he was a running back at Oregon State and he was a wide receiver, who knows? If the Giants have an emergency where they need a punt returner, maybe Kaleb Hayes can go in there. But it's also been 4+ years since he's played the position, which would put him at gunner or protector. I think he could probably do both. He has been getting work on special teams, kick and punt returner. Well, I should say kick and punt returns, not returners, but on those teams, kick and punt return. So he'll definitely be tested on specials with Michael Gabriel. Upgraded in ball skills. He'll need to make a few plays on the ball. He has not gotten an interception yet as a corner. He's a smart football player because obviously he's thinking like a quarterback, knows the tendencies of wide receivers, but for some reason he just hasn't gotten an interception yet. And upgrading ball skills would definitely help him pave a way for this roster or another roster. And descending up the depth chart. The 2 and 3 squads are fluid. They're moving, right? Trey Herndon has played with the 2s. David Long, Flott really is stuck with the first team. Darnay Holmes has played with the second team. David Long, as I mentioned. So the 2s and 3s, they move with each other, right? There's not a consistent cornerback 1, cornerback 2, cornerback 3 on those teams. It's 2s and 3s, they move, with each other. And I think if he makes some plays on the ball, he definitely could ascend up the depth chart right now. Because, again, he looks like he's with the 3s, but hopefully he gets more reps with the 2s if he makes more plays on the ball and doesn't get beat. How can he lose? Health, one thing. Not ascending up the depth chart. I think the biggest proponent of that would be lack of ball skills. If he's not making plays on the ball, if he's just quiet, and again, like sometimes if you don't hear from a cornerback, that could be a good thing, but it could also be a bad thing if they're trying to make the roster. Oh, there's no pass deflections from this guy. Oh, this guy has not been making plays on the ball. If Kaleb Hayes doesn't make plays on the ball, again, that would be bad. And maybe, again, he could be a guy that they thrust into the slot, and there he makes some plays against the run and against screens. That's a way he also could make the roster, but if they don't put him in the slot and they just put him outside, he's going to have to rely on good coverage, adapt to the scheme, and ball skills. And poor special teams play and lack of versatility, which I don't think the versatility would lack with him. It's just where they would put him. But poor special teams play, like an illegal block in the back penalty or this, that, and the third, would probably not help him making the roster. I do have him getting cut. I think he's right now just a camp body. Hasn't really done much in camp, and I think there's a few corners definitely ahead of him for a roster spot. Like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications so you know when a live stream pops or video drops. Appreciate you all coming back. Peace out, guys. See you later. Stay cool.